Welcome to Nac Edition. I'm Andrew Collins. Nac Edition is a magazine produced right here on the campus of Stephen F. Austin State University. The stories you'll see here are written, shot, and edited, and then brought to you by the students working here in the Department of Mass Communication. While we're happy that you've tuned into this week's episode, remember you can always see the show again in its entirety, as well as other student work on our YouTube channel, Jack TV SFA. As for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's Nac Edition.
Hello, I'm Ariel Carmen.
And I'm Crystal Davis.
The Trayvon Martin case has been broadcast through the media since February. This case has not only affected the Stanford, Florida community, but has affected the nation as a whole. Reporter Brianna Garlow received opinions from SFA students and faculty members.
There are certain details remaining in the disagreement on the Trayvon Martin case. But here's what we know. Neighborhood watchman George Zimmerman was driving through his Orlando area when he called 911 to report a suspicious black male. The male was Trayvon Martin, who was walking back to his house after a 7-Eleven run. He was wearing a hooded sweatshirt and carrying an iced tea and a bag of Skittles. Zimmerman followed Martin against the police operator's wishes, and the two got in some sort of altercation. One of the two men cried out for help before Zimmerman fired one into 17-year-old Martin's chest. Zimmerman was brought into the police station and pled self-defense. He was released the same night. As this case becomes international news, we decided to ask some SFA students and faculty what they think about the Trayvon Martin case. The Director of Multicultural Affairs, Dr. Frazier, explains how he feels.
Even if it was a self-defense case, I think the gentleman should have been arrested and all the evidence should be taken in and let the prosecutor decide if it's worth charging him or not.
I really don't think it should have happened in the first place.
I do feel that you do have a race issue in this case because what did Trayvon Martin really do to George Zimmerman?
It's sad that that had to happen to, you know, somebody's family, but I mean, it'll be more sad if we ignore it.
The Director of Student Publications, Pat Spence, explains how it's unfortunate that a young man lost his life, but can't decide how she feels about the case due to the different stories that the media is portraying.
I just want to see the facts.
Celebrities as well as people all over the United States have been taking pictures in hoodies to establish that they are aware of the case and they want justice. Reporting for Nac Edition, I'm Brianna Garlow.
The SFA Athletic Department will be losing a key member in a couple of months. After 31 years of service, Sandy Miller announced his plans to retire. For more, here is Lance Drake.
The SFA athletic teams have had great athletes and coaches over the years, but the man in charge of keeping the athletes performing at their best is head athletic trainer Sandy Miller.
Sandy Miller announced his retirement from SFA effective in August after 31 years of service to the university.
Well, I think it was basically, I think people know when it's about time to retire. I think it's a young person's career right now. And I want to try some other things while I got a little time left.
One of the things that Sandy will continue to do after his retirement is teach in the Department of Kinesiology and Health Science. Dr. Mel Finkenberg, Regents Professor and Chair of the Department of Kinesiology and Health Science, issued a statement saying how fortunate the department is to have Sandy continuing to teach their entry-level graduate program. Sandy's job as head athletic trainer is the care and prevention of athletic injuries. In addition to his influence on the athletic department, Sandy has also been a great influence on the university as well.
Anything that had to do with athletics involved Sandy Miller. So you lose the continuity of that. You lose the input of a person that's been there and done that for a long time.
So how will the athletic department go about finding a replacement for Sandy Miller?
Go down and get this filled up.
We're just going to enter a new era. We're going to find somebody else to take that position, and we don't want it to tread water. We want it to be like Sandy would want it.
The next head athletic trainer that comes to SFA will have some big shoes to fill to keep SFA's athletes performing at their best. Reporting for Nac Edition, I'm Lance Drake.
For Nacogdoches and East Texas residents interested in a good deal, the Nacogdoches Visitors Bureau is hosting the 4th annual Sale on the Trail, and all residents are encouraged to sell and buy goods on Highway 21 May 4th and 5th. Here's Corbin Pate with more.
The Nacogdoches Convention and Visitors Bureau is preparing for the 4th annual El Camino Real Sale on the Trail. May 4th and 5th, the El Camino Real de los Tejas National Historic Trail will be the site of the 200-mile-long Sale on the Trail stretching from Natchitoches, Louisiana to Crockett, Texas.
The goal for the Sale on the Trail is to bring awareness of the El Camino Real and enhance people's knowledge about the history of the trail.
The Nacogdoches Convention and Visitors Bureau encourages all residents, businesses, churches, and organizations on Highway 21, as well as in Nacogdoches County, to participate in this year's Sale on the Trail.
There also are, if you would like to rent a booth space, there are spaces available through the Main Street office at the city to set up around the downtown square if, again, you don't have property on Highway 21, that just increases the traffic through downtown Nacogdoches and increases the experience that tourists are having.
Event signs and balloons will be available free of charge when participants sign up to be a vendor. The signs and balloons will provide a visual trail for visitors to let them know which vendors are participating in the sale. Merchants and businesses along the El Camino Real will sell goods throughout the month of May. For more information, contact the director of the Nacogdoches Convention and Visitors Bureau, Melissa Sanford, at 936-564-7351. Reporting for Nac Edition, I'm Corbin Pate.
The Lumberjack Cultural Association promotes diversity among students here at SFA. The purpose of Diversity Week is to tear down barriers of various stereotypes that people create in their minds. To minimize those thoughts, LCA hosts an annual Diversity Week. Here is Brittany Williams with more.
When we hear about diversity, we think of different cultures, races, religions, and ethnicities coming together. But the concept of diversity can even be expanded to include sexual orientation, people with disabilities, or a variety of other lifestyle choices. The Lumberjack Cultural Association helps bring out the diversity here at SFA.
Promotes diversity through different programs that promote cultural awareness and other things like that on campus.
LCA will be hosting their annual Diversity Week starting April 16. Each of these events focus on the spirit, mind, and body and how diversity is a part of all three. Diversity is also very important to students here at SFA.
It's really easy to get to know their different religious thing, different languages and different foods and all.
Well, diversity on this campus is big, me coming from Long Beach, California, it's very different, there's a lot of different cultures and ethnicities out here, and, I really feel like everybody should just, come together as one.
I think that cultural awareness is very important. I think that people shouldn't base someone based on what they look like. They should actually get to know a person and then and then make assumptions after that.
They have different organizations and do stuff to show how their culture, their values and stuff like that. And I see that other people respect that.
LCA encourages students and community members here in Nacogdoches to embrace the diversity and go out and learn something new about another culture, religion, race, ethnicity, or lifestyle. You can also help be a part of spreading the awareness of diversity on SFA's campus by joining LCA or any other cultural organization. If you are interested, contact the president of LCA, Chastity Gibson, at gibsonc03@gmail.com and go to a meeting and see what LCA is all about. Reporting for Nac Edition, I'm Brittany Williams.
To see any of the student work featured on Nac Edition, you can visit our YouTube channel by searching Jack TV SFA.
Stay tuned. We'll be back after the break with more on Nac Edition.
Welcome back to Nac Edition. I'm Ariel Carmen.
And I'm Crystal Davis. As the weather warms up, more and more people can be seen getting out and enjoying the fresh air and the new life brought by the seasonal change. With more on that, here is Veda Jackson.
It's springtime again, and for many, that means they can finally come out of their homes and enjoy outdoor activities. One Nacogdoches woman and her family are doing just that.
We're at the pond with our 5 kids, and we're letting them go fishing today. And so they were feeding the ducks and fishing. Mia had to go to the restroom, so we decided to come up here and just take a walk around the track.
But the Weems aren't the only ones seeking the track as a good place to go on a nice day, as track and other sports teams also utilize the field for conditioning purposes while in their off-season. Other springtime sports, such as the rugby team, also took advantage of the warm weather.
My favorite thing about spring, probably the weather. The allergies kind of get me sometimes. I mean, God's blessed us with cool weather out here today.
Other students seen here chose today to take advantage of the rec center's equipment rentals.
Outdoor Pursuits, we exist to help SFA students get out, get away from the books, get away from class for a bit, and explore a little bit of East Texas and the things it has to offer.
But with springtime here, what is one thing this adventure-seeking faculty member looking forward to?
Fresh food from the garden. I'm really excited about that. The farmer's market is popping and locking right now.
Outdoor Pursuits is not just limited to SFA students.
SFA students, faculty, staff, members of the community if they're a member of the recreation center. And so we offer all kinds of gear, canoes, kayaks, bikes, backpacks, sleeping bags, all at just a fraction of the cost you'd have to pay out of pocket to buy it.
Each year, spring brings with it new opportunities for families, the blooming of fresh flowers, and a fun environment for people to enjoy their favorite sports.
Things are coming to life.
Reporting for Nac Edition, I'm Beta Jackson.
With graduation fast approaching, the SFA Library has witnessed a familiar annual makeover. Reporter Andrew Collins has more.
Throughout the school year, the Ralph Steen Library on the SFA campus serves as an educational hub for students to study and conduct research. However, during the spring semester, the second floor undergoes transformation to showcase senior projects from the interior design program.
We ended up starting senior exhibits, and we started in our gallery in the Human Sciences South building, and then we have been in different locations from the museum, East Texas Museum in Lufkin, the museum downtown, the Cole Center, and then the rest of the time has been in the library.
The criteria, first of all, they must design a freestanding exhibit that can be 8 feet wide, 8 feet deep, and 7 feet tall. And within that cubicle of space, then they create the structure on which they're going to display their various projects. They can exhibit things back from their freshman year, and they can also use things from their art courses that certainly support the interior design curriculum.
This project, we start off as a freshman, and we have all our projects from our freshman year, sophomore, senior level, and we show all our work throughout every year that we've done. My inspiration came from last year's senior shows. I bought one, that's where I got my inspiration for the door and the window, but I reused because one of our big deals is recycling items for interior design, so why I wanted to put that into my show. 2 weeks to design our process. We put it into Revit, which is an architectural program. Our teachers, they critiqued it and gave us more ideas for what our show is. And then we had 3 weeks to build the show, and then we had a whole week to come inside of the library and put all our projects on it and decorate it the way that we want it to be.
The 25 senior pieces will be on public display until April 26th. Reporting for Nac Edition, I'm Andrew Collins.
If you would like to join Nac Edition by suggesting stories for us to look into or check out SFA's Mass Communication Department as a whole, please visit the website listed below.
There you can find pictures of our new studio, faculty and staff, bios, and contact information, and learn how you might be able to join us here at SFA.
We'll be back after the break with our community discussion roundtable right here on Nac Edition.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Nac Edition. I'm Julia Davis. In this segment, we'll be discussing several topics of interest to students here at SFA and things that are going on in the Nacogdoches community. With me are Lance Drake, Brittany Williams, and Corbin Pate. To begin, you guys, Titanic's coming out and it's 3D. I'm really excited to see it. What about you guys?
I mean, I saw the old one. I mean, it's been like probably 15 years ago since I saw the last one.
Right. So
I
how do you
mean-
feel about the 3D movement?
I'm kind of mixed when it comes to 3D movements. Like, I've been to 3D movies before, and, you know, they haven't been worth, like, the extra money you got to pay for them. I mean, nothing really came out at you or nothing. I mean, it's kind of, it just depends on the movie to me.
Right.
I really feel like that 3D is kind of for children and children's movies, but I am anxious
not
to see.
necessarily. You have the Titanic movie coming out.
But the Titanic shouldn't be in 3D at all.
But with Titanic
It's a classic
being in
already.
3D, I feel like you're there. The iceberg's coming at you, you're there. You feel that moment. You might not be getting the full breeze, but you're there.
But you'll see every part of the movie in 3D. I mean, why?
Okay. I mean, I know they had, what's the movie, a cartoon movie they had in 3D?
Lion King
Lion
came
King.
out.
Lion King.
That's everybody's favorite movie, and I feel like when Simba fell, you know, that was just something. I felt that.
But it's a cartoon. Again, it's a cartoon.
So you feel that it's for children.
3D,
And
yes.
I think if they can figure out a way to not make you wear the glasses, you know, maybe put a chip in your eye or something like that,
Yeah.
to where you don't have to put on the glasses or buy the glasses for the 3D televisions.
Because they're like $10 more than the regular movie
Yeah, and so
itself.
you're already paying, what, $13 if
Yeah.
you're here in Nacogdoches. And you add 10 more to see it in 3D.
Right.
I mean, I don't really know what all you get.
And it's
Maybe when
not
they
really
get to the
on-
4D, when you have the wind blowing and
You know, they
stuff
have the
like that, I
TVs
don't know.
coming out in 3D now.
Well, maybe they'll see the iceberg this time and won't hit it.
Right. And speaking of TV, these reality shows. I feel like they're doing too much with reality shows. They're like this whole Snooki movement. Everybody trying to be Snooki. She's not a great role model at all. And what were you, I hear about the wars and stuff and the History Channels. It was starting with Swamp People and now it's a reality show. Like, what's really going on?
Yeah, I mean, kind of what I meant by that is, you know, I mean, I like Swamp People. Swamp People, that's one of my favorite shows on TV, but nowadays it just seems like they got a bunch of those kind of shows, like Mudcats, different kind of shows like that. I remember a couple years ago when my dad would watch the History Channel, I mean, you would see, you know, programs about, you know, World War II, different like
but
wars
who-
and stuff.
I mean, who wants to watch that? Nobody wants to watch anything
Yeah,
about
it's kind of boring.
That's the whole that's the whole part of history. I
It's
mean,
boring.
if you do like if you're doing like Mudcats, I mean, that's not history. That's kind of present day
Yeah,
stuff.
but you also have to make money. If you recall in Miss Williford's class, in the ratings, who was at the top
The
every
reality
week?
shows.
Reality show.
The Mudcat or the Swamp People, Axemen, American Pickers, all those shows were at the top. And so, I mean,
yeah, they're
History Channel.
I mean,
made-
they're good shows, but I mean, just a couple people I've talked to said, you know, I wish they would like, I mean, kind of,
but it's not
not
about-
have as many of them on. You know, have some of the war
Well, they
kind
can,
of
just
documentaries.
they can just go to Netflix if they want
And
to
it's
watch
not about
wars.
people's interest. They're really just trying to make money. Reality TV shows make money, so they're going to keep making reality TV shows.
They make money, but I feel like they're endangering our society.
Yeah.
We have females going out there, you know, dyeing their hair pink, blue, and purple. I mean,
And they have a bunch of spin-offs.
Swag, YOLO. I mean, you only live once.
I mean, they've got
once,
pink,
but
blue.
live in the
Get
right
all the
sense,
colors. You might as well
know?
get all the colors in.
Plus, they got like 4 of the same kind of shows, like Storage Wars, and now they got like Storage Wars Texas. They keep doing like different kind of
But
spin-offs.
Storage
Yeah.
Wars and shows
It's
like
like,
that,
hey.
Swamp People, pregnancy reality shows, those really don't like make people want to go out and get pregnant or make people want to go out and buy Storage Wars.
I want to go to a store. I would like to bid personally.
And then you have these
Like
teenage
I mean, I want to go. I want to go gator hunting.
What was the?
I just Storage Wars is like pure entertainment. Although it is reality TV shows, it is pure entertainment. That is it.
But okay,
There's
let's
no
go back to this teenage thing. You have these girls that, oh, if I get pregnant, I can get a show. And it's like, really?
But they have to, and what they don't know about that is they have to pick you. Like you just can't be pregnant
It's
and
not
be like,
just no
oh, I'm about to
average
get a
Joe
show.
off the
No,
street.
right? You just.
It seems like, oh, if I'm stupid, I can be on TV.
But it kind of, I mean, it does
That's
kind of,
ridiculous.
it does kind of, people do have that kind of mentality, you know? I mean, hey, I like to go to storage auctions. Maybe they can do a TV show about me. I mean,
It's crazy how people put their stuff out there, and especially with these social networks, how you have now Instagram, Facebook just bought Instagram?
What do you think about that? I mean,
that's crazy.
$1 billion. I guess, you know, Zuckerberg just has the money laying around just to pick up
I'm
Instagram.
just like, all this we have going on in the world today in America, but you'd rather spend $1 billion on Instagram, a
Where
social
people-
network.
Right, where people just say, oh, I'm this place taking pictures.
When we paying $4 for gas, I'm just saying.
It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. And I feel like this whole social movement with social network is crazy because I'm not about to put, oh, I'm at this place so you can come find me, so you can come get me and take me somewhere. Right. People are putting
we
their
talked
business
about
on too
earlier
much.
before this broadcast about a young lady who had put her information where she was at, because as you all know, with the social networking, you can put your location on tweets, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can check in places or whatever. And she was killed, I believe, by someone who basically just followed her via Facebook and nothing else.
And I don't want to say she deserved that because nobody deserves to die, but she shouldn't have put her every move on the internet. Like, it's crazy people in the world today. Like, come on now.
Yeah, I think some people they put too much information on their profiles. Like, you know, in high school, I mean, every time I'd get on there, you know, high school drama would be on there. You know, this boy broke up with me. You know, I mean, then she's back with, you know, 3 other guys by the end of the week. You know, I mean, so
they should probably
just leave that kind of stuff off. I mean, I don't want to know like who you're dating, how many kids you've had, or whatever. You know.
Right. It's just ridiculous. I feel like.
And now they put like funerals and dead people, and the world doesn't need to see all that. Like, come on now.
And it's also for college students, the social media world, as much as we are involved with it can hurt us as far as trying to get employed somewhere. I even know someone who was fired because of tweets about that where they were working at. And so that can affect you there as companies are actually starting to demand passwords to your social media accounts so that they can check and see what you are posting with, you know, whatever
and that's
it is
even
that you're
true.
posting.
Even to join organizations now, on your applications, you have to put your Twitter account, your Facebook account. So just the fact that you can't be in an organization because of what you put on the internet in itself, why would that make you want to do something like that?
Right, it's just crazy. And I feel like you guys out there just need to protect yourself, and you can only save yourself. But that's all the time we have for this discussion. I'd like to thank all of our panelists and remind you to join us here next week for another lively discussion about what's happening in our community and across the nation.
Thank you for watching this week's Nac Edition. Again, you can see any of the stories featured here online at our YouTube channel, Jack TV SFA, or follow us on Twitter at @Nac_edition to get updates on stories or leave us feedback. If you would like to learn more about our programs in television or radio broadcasting or the Department of Mass Communication as a whole, visit the web address at the bottom of your screen. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Nac Edition.